Here's some good news for the administration on the economy, which remains decidedly mixed, both in the data and in the polling. Core inflation hotter than expected. Is that good news for Trump? I don't think that is.
That is
No.
bad news for Trump.
All right, let me change it up. Leave that up there. Leave that up there. I thought it was good news for Trump. I'm going to do my John McLaughlin imitation. Item: core inflation in February hits 2.8, hotter than expected. There's some other things going on besides the signal matter that are good news for Democrats and that are causing Democrats to say the resistance is now resisting. Let me give you some examples besides that. Um, uh, the
Can I make one quick
yeah,
point
go
on
ahead.
inflation?
Yes, sir.
As since I drove carpool this morning and went through Old Town Alexandria as my full analytical analysis here. When you go to the grocery store, and I think this is how most people view inflation, egg prices are way down. You're not talking about $3 a dozen versus upwards of $5. They were selling unleaded gas in Old Town 283 and 280. That's huge, right? And so when you actually look at what are those things that are driving your costs in your daily budget, gas, household items, again, part of this is the narrative. I've said this before, like government numbers are one thing, but like people know inflation. They go to a grocery store, they go to the gas pump, right or wrong, that's what they feel. And I think one of the things that's working in Trump's favor is that egg prices, gas prices, things like that, where they're going and saying, hey, this is not bad.
Yeah, but you hear it from any business person, small, medium, large. There's real danger of stagflation because there's animal spirits have been dampened. People don't want to invest. It's strange to have right track be so high and consumer confidence be so low. I've not seen anybody reconcile those two things. You'd think they'd be somewhat correlated, but consumer confidence is low and right track is higher than it's been in, I think, 20 years or something. Either of you want to reconcile that?
I think part of this is just a gut. I mean, like, I hate to, I'm not trying to make this partisan, but I think for a while, like, you didn't, even if you were a Democrat or independent, you didn't think that Biden was trying, right? And there was this sense of whatever. And I think I get the feeling that people are giving Trump a pass on a lot of stuff, meaning they are like, okay, he's out there doing stuff. There's activity. But I still think there's a problem. So it's sort of like, I still think there's a problem, but I feel better about how it's being addressed. That's at least my take.
Yeah, and I think it's action. It's the ending the DEI stuff, the cultural attacks, the show of force on immigration. Like, I think people say I like this because generally those are very popular items. But I do think, as you say, Mark, there is growing consumer worry about the economy. People are hopeful that Trump will kind of like get to it because they believe in him. But you're right. And the oil executive, I think it was in the Journal, who said the industry is just like fed up with these tariffs. And this is like an industry that should be a number one, drill baby drill. And they're like, it's a slogan and he's terrible.
Right. And of course, the tariff announcement is next week.